Well, I'm sure after the election, but right now, no offense, and you know I love the Canadians, but every moment of every waking, every day I have is spent on trying to convince Americans to get out and vote, and I'm sorry that that hasn't happened, but it's not. You can understand that's not the priority.
All right, that was a clip from the documentary Manufacturing Dissent. The new flick turns the lens on controversial filmmaker Michael Moore. The filmmakers of Manufacturing Dissent claim that this is the Moore documentary that he does not want you to see. We called Michael Moore to get his reaction. We have not heard back from his people. Joining me now are Manufacturing Dissent filmmakers Rick Kane and Debbie Melnick. Good afternoon to both of you. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Martha.
So, Debbie, let me start with you. What kind of film did you set out to make about Michael Moore? What inspired you to do this project in the first place?
Well, we set out to do a regular biography about Michael Moore, and we thought, oh yeah, he'll want to talk to us because we're good lefties from Canada, so he thought, let's do this. And we were just going to do, you know, like from his childhood to what he's doing now and all of the really great things he's done for the states and bringing up issues that are important. But along the way, we started to realize that he'd left some things out of it in his film and in many of his films, and we were kind of disappointed and disillusioned. But basically, we wanted to do something about Michael because we believe in his ideology.
But at its core here, Martha, what we're talking about is truth-telling via the media. So for us to sit here and act like Michael is the only person buffaloing the American public, I think is a little disingenuous.
Well, Rick, tell me what you found that he presented inaccurately in his documentaries that surprised you.
Well, the thing that Debbie mentioned about him having interviewed Roger Smith and then deciding to omit that from the final film is a fudge of the premise of Roger and me. And so we started thinking, well, if he's going to fudge the premise, then what is sacrosanct with this particular filmmaker? But you know, look, we're at a time where we have 650,000 people who've died in Iraq. We have over 3,000 soldiers dead, scores more injured. So, you know, for us to sit here and act like the only thing that's going on here is that Michael Moore is not such a great guy and is not always doing the right thing. You know, I think on occasion we really need to turn on real power and discuss serious issues.
But, you know, Debbie, nonetheless, this is what, you know, you made the movie about. You tried to talk to him and, you know, something in you obviously wanted to show people that he wasn't what he was pretending to be, right?
It's not that I was trying to show people that he wasn't what he pretended to be. We actually believe in following a documentary and following the story, and then when we find out some things, we also believe in telling the truth and showing what happens. So it's not like we set out to make an attack on Michael Moore. We certainly never started that way.
So, and it is the case where both sides of this political divide that we're talking about, Martha,
right,
when they don't tell the full, fair, and honest truth. Right. If someone's willing to lie for the cause, like a major news organization, for instance, it poses all kinds of problems for democracy. We live in elective democracy. We want a well-functioning democracy. The only way we can make that happen is through an informed electorate. And the media has to tell the truth. I don't care which side of the divide you're on. We got to knock off the lies and tell the truth so the American public can do the right thing.
I think you're absolutely right about that. Rick Kane and Debbie Melnick, thank you very much. Good to have you with us. They're
the
filmmakers of Manufacturing Dissent.
Thanks.
All right, coming up right here, presidential